everybody, Brian Schwager here, founder of the Wellness Movement Center, and I have an empowering message for you today. I took the liberty of setting an intention to write about the difference between goals and intentions. Yes, we are coming up on the end of the year. People are going to be setting an enormous amount of goals for their wellness and movement. They're going to be setting New Year's resolutions, and I want to make sure that you know what the difference is between a goal and an intention, because in my observation, being in the industry and being an instructor and a trainer the way I am, I've seen a lot of goals go right down and plummet 2 to 3 months after they set them. In fact, the industry average, when people are joining the fitness club after the first of the year, they're all revved up and ready to accomplish their goals and set in place their New Year's resolutions. They see a quick decline by March with memberships and drop-offs with participation in classes and training programs. I've witnessed this myself because in the beginning of my career I was a personal trainer within a health club, so I can observe both. So a goal is something you want to happen, something that you are desiring to accomplish in the future. I want to lose so many pounds of weight by X date. Good. Now you have a goal. Now, an intention is something you will make happen, because along the way of your goal, you're going to run into obstacles. You're going to run into days you're not going to feel like getting up to exercise. There's going to be days you're not going to feel like staying on your eating plan. And the more serious your goal is, the more serious you have to be in attaining that goal by participating in a day-to-day process to achieve it. Now that day-to-day process is part of the intention, that you will make it happen no matter what. Also, goals have to be suitable and realistic. Without setting suitable and realistic goals, we are soon finding ourselves not accomplishing them, and that sets up a whole parameter of challenges. We usually spiral downward. We get depressed. We get frustrated. We give up. So having suitable and realistic goals is very important. Let me share an example with you. Let's say someone comes up to me, they know I'm a trainer, and they say, "Hey Brian, I want to run in a 5-mile charity race in 30 days. What do you think?" All right, when's the last time you ran, period? Well, I run on a treadmill and I run off and on, maybe weekly. How many times a week? 2 or 3 times a week. Have you ran more than a mile? Maybe. All right. How about your movement? Do you have any limitations? Do you have tightnesses, or do you feel your running needs more work? Yes. Okay, so now just with that little bit of information, I'm going to help them. I'm going to say, well, let's relook at setting this as a more realistic and suitable goal, because I'd hate to have you get out there and hurt yourself, and now that's going to set you back on any fitness goal you have, because now you have an injury. Let's look at getting your mileage up, but before we get your mileage up, let's look at improving your movement, your strength and your endurance. Then let's get some miles under that. You have to have a lot of patience and persistence with goal setting. And with the patience and persistent part, that's all mental. That's where the mind training comes in. That's where the corrective thinking comes in. That's where every day you're pulling yourself up by your bootstraps. There's some days, I've told my clients many a times, when they're first starting out with me, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. Some days you're going to get up, you're not going to feel like doing this. Some days you're going to want to quit. Some days you're not going to want to adjust your eating plan the way I suggested it. But I'm going to coach you, and I'm going to teach you how to get through these barriers yourself, because they are real. I know they are, because I have went through them, and I still go through them to this day. But I have suitable and realistic goals, and I also have a plan and tools in place to get me through the obstacles that are going to be presented to me unknowingly, because we don't really know what the obstacle will be. Some of them are obvious, but some of them come out of the blue. Now, an intention is focused energy right here and right now. So my intention right now is to get this message out. A strong purpose is part of an intention. You have to have one hell of a burning desire, as Napoleon Hill says in his book, Think and Grow Rich. How do you use this? It comes from your heart. Think right, and you will grow in richness in all that you do. Not just financial richness. I'm talking about a richness of life. Think and grow rich with a burning desire. You have to have a strong purpose. You have to have a strong purpose and will to make it happen. So the other day, I'm in the gym. This is the heaviest part of my training cycle at the end of the year. 10th annual. I've been doing this really longer than 10 years, but I'm looking at this weight I'm going to pull from the floor. The difference between a goal and an intention is a goal is something you want, and an intention is something you know you will get. It's okay to set goals. I want to, but that's just the outline. But what I intend to do is what I'm going to do. All right, put my power of intention into position in the present moment to bang out 6 at 185. And not only bang out 6 at 185, but all the things I teach my clients, the breathing, the posture, the core, the focused energy, concentrating on what is right in front of me at the present moment, nothing getting in my way to accomplish my desires. And at 56, turning on 57, hey, 185 for a set of 6 was easy. And it only gets better. So whatever it is that's in front of you in your life, if you put your mind to it, you can achieve it. And I did. The power of intention to overcome an obstacle, which is a lot of weight. Now, it doesn't matter whether you're using the metaphor of lifting a weight, losing body weight or body fat, or accomplishing your career, enhancing your relationships. No matter what it is, you have to not only want it, but you have to have the willpower to get through the times that are going to be very stressful on you on your journey towards success. I have worked with countless professional athletes. When I trained a world champion kickboxer, and we worked our butt off for the world championships, only to lose. And that was devastating to us. I mean, I was his training partner, his strength coach, his roommate. I would eat, live, breathe this stuff with him. So when he took a loss, I took a loss too. We had to bounce back from adversity. We had to reestablish our goals, reset our intention, and he went back to win the world title. Same with Olympic athletes. I was privileged to be in the same training facility as the Olympic speed skaters. And I don't know if you remember when Dan Jansen fell, he was ahead of his competitor in the last lap to win the gold, and he fell. He came back 4 years later and won the gold. Now, it doesn't matter what your goal is. If you failed in relationships, if you failed in business, if you have failing health, your willpower is what's going to make the difference on you achieving your goal. You're living with intention. The power of intention has been cultivated by the best in the world. John F. Kennedy, Martin Luther King, Nikola Tesla, Albert Einstein, Mahatma Gandhi, Mother Teresa, and a host of other people that have saw adversity through only to see themselves accomplish their goal in the long run. Even after they were gone, even more important after they were gone and they were done with their time here on earth, their intention still lives to this day. Cultivating that, living from that, is what it takes. So really the big difference is, are you willing to cultivate these things into your life? Without intention, your goals most likely, I will say if you don't have the power of intention, they will not be accomplished thoroughly. It's like somebody saying, if I treat a symptom, I can give you relief temporarily. But if I get to the cause, the intention, then you can walk away and be pain-free forever. Goals and intention are both important. They both take enthusiasm. Enthusiasm is a very powerful word, ladies and gentlemen. It is derived from the Greek word entheos, which means God inspired. Inspired is in spirit. In spirit is in you. You set your goals, you usually think from your head. But when you set your intentions, it comes from your heart. The most important thinking organ in the body, as science has revealed in the last decade, the power and the energy of the heart in its respect in relationship with the thought process. Burning desire, Mother Teresa, Martin Luther King, going back to those famous people who beat all odds to make their goals happen with the power of intention. Remember, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. Intentions are a step-by-step process. Every day I'm setting them. Sure, I set my goals for my business. Sure, I set my goals for my personal accomplishments with my fitness. But every day I live my intentions to get there. My intention is to get up tomorrow morning at 4 o'clock or 4:30 to meditate, to do my mindful movement stretches, and to come down here and to lift the weight that I have intended and I wrote out in my plan, a plan that was carefully organized with suitable and realistic goals. And because I have such a powerful intention on what do I want to achieve for tomorrow, what am I willing to give in time and investment to make that happen? Am I willing to go to bed early tonight? Eat the right kind of foods today? Am I willing to make let's say, the physical investment of getting up early and making sure that my mind is right and my body is right before I get in there? Or if it's for you, are you willing to make the financial investment to go after your goal and your intention? These are the steps towards your journey of 1,000 miles. Step 1, determine what your wellness movement intentions are. Step 2, be specific. Step 3, they must be both believable and achievable. Step 3, determine what you're willing to give in time and investment towards your intention and your goals, and then create a plan and even sign it. And let other people know so that you're held accountable for it. And if you don't achieve it that particular day, let's say I didn't achieve this video today, because it was my intention, right? It is my intention. I just do it tomorrow. But I will get it done. I don't know how, I don't know with what, and I don't know when a lot of times, but I tell you one thing, I know I will do it. I live this stuff, I study this stuff, and I work on it every day. I walk this talk. That's the difference. That is really the difference between where I was and where I am today, which is really all that's important, is where I am right now. But even I have long-term goals, and I will accomplish them. All right, I hope that helps. Stay empowered. Read the article, do the exercise at the end, and I challenge you to set up your goals and your intentions for 2019. If you need help with any of that, you give me a call. All right. Have a great day, everybody. I always enjoy sharing this empowering information with you. Be well, and bye for now.